Hello and welcome from Budapest. This is Hungary Reports from Public Media M1, bringing you the latest news from Hungary and the Carpathian Basin in English. I'm Árpád Szőci. Thanks for tuning in. In 9 out of 10 cases, families in Hungary are applying for support for new homes, partly because of the government's family housing support program, according to recent statistics. By the end of the summer, about 500,000 people applied for the home ownership program. Meanwhile, mid-July also saw the launch of the Family Protection Action Plan. The State Secretary for Family and Youth Affairs said that the goal is for Hungary to be a truly family-friendly country.
The Foltz family from Dula is awaiting their third child. In May, they applied for support from the Family Housing Support Program, and they received the maximum amount, with which they were able to build their new house. It is much better because we can spend more time together, and there is enough space so that the children can play, József Foltz said. Most of the families who receive this funding are similar in that they have 2 children. Nevertheless, many of them plan to have more children. Currently, families have agreed in advance to have altogether 55,000 more babies. 9 out of every 10 cases apply for the Family Housing Support Program, in terms of families building or constructing houses and apartments. The State Secretary for Family and Youth Affairs discussed this on Monday. Those who want to purchase a new flat, build a house, or buy a used flat, and they know that they will want to have children in the future, or already have children, are usually well informed and make ample use of the Family Housing Support Program when applicable, Katalin Novák said. The Family Housing Support Program is the most important element of the home creation scheme. This program has provided a sum of more than €1 billion to Hungarian families in total. From the 1st of July onwards, more and more people have sought available funding provided by the government. Approximately 40,000 couples have also requested loans for expectant families.
With nationwide municipal and mayoral elections this Sunday, Budapest's current mayor, István Tarlós, looks likely to get voted in again, and by quite a margin. That, according to a poll taken by the think tank organization Nézőpont. Almost 2/3 of Budapest inhabitants find Tarlós appropriate for the role, while the majority find the other candidates unfit for the job.
Only a third of respondents said that Gergely Karácsony is fit to be mayor, according to a recent survey by the Nézőpont Institute. According to analysts, even though the left's mayoral candidate is likely to overcome a recent scandal involving a taped conversation, his chances of victory are well below those of István Tarlós. The audio recording, which casts a very bad light on the opposition's alliance, was made public about a week and a half ago. Gergely Karácsony said that he considered his own allies, the DK and MSZP mayoral candidates, unfit and unlikely to win. Regarding his own district, Zugló, he said that if the socialists could, then they would steal what they could from the district. Nézőpont Institute's research director said, after the scandal, 1/3 of people think that Gergely Karácsony should not even run for the position of mayor of Budapest. Out of those eligible to vote, only 40% of people would cast their ballot for Párbeszéd's politician in the last week of the campaign. Disappointed opposition voters could join Robert Puzsér's camp. The independent mayor of Budapest candidate already has around 7% of sure votes. All the while, the survey predicts a rather supercilious victory for Tarlós, who continues to lead the polls. 67% of Budapest voters predict that the current mayor will be able to keep his position. That means that 2/3 of voters consider him the most suitable candidate.
The new compressor station at the town of Csonádpalota in southern Hungary, near Romania, is being called the most important improvement in energy development the past 5 years in the country. That's what the Hungarian Foreign Affairs and Trade Minister said. Péter Szijjártó pointed out that this is a new step for both Hungary and Romania, in that large amounts of gas can now move in both directions between the two countries. Up to now, it could only flow in one direction and from one source. Hungary has been getting natural gas from Russia, which can be risky. Now, Hungary could do even better if it opens up more bidirectional gas links with more of its neighbors.
At the touch of a button, the Csanád-Palota compressor station of the Földgázszállító Ltd. Was launched just a few hundred meters from the Romanian border. On the pipeline, the newly inaugurated compressor station is capable of transmitting more power than the 400-volt high-voltage power line on the Romanian-Hungarian border. The president-CEO of Földgáz Ltd. Said. MOL's president and CEO emphasized that thanks to the developments in recent years, Hungary can secure its own energy supply from multiple places. We have established relationships, interconnections with almost all countries, ensuring that there is cross-border traffic that increases supply security, increasing the amount of natural gas that comes from more than one source, Zsolt Hernádi said. In Hungary, the Minister of Foreign Affairs and Trade called the gas compressor station the most important energy security development in the last 5 years. Péter Szijjártó added that one of the biggest challenges for the European Union was the elimination of unilateral energy supply. This investment is of great importance from a regional point of view, as this gas pipeline connection will represent a major step forward for the entire Bulgarian, Romanian, Hungarian and Austrian corridor to be completed, Péter Szijjártó explained. Hungary has a short gas supply until winter of next year. All gas reservoirs are full, with more than 6.3 billion cubic meters of gas, the amount mainly used in Hungary.
The Hungarian Postal Service is issuing a new stamp to commemorate the Budapest Water Summit that starts next Tuesday. Its theme is Preventing Water Crises. Hungary's President János Áder, who is the patron of the event, said that politicians, business people, inventors and scientists are coming to Budapest to find answers.
Next week, Hungary will host the Budapest Water Summit for the 3rd time. The Hungarian Postal Service has also printed a special type of stamp for this occasion. The importance of water, the impending decline of freshwater resources, as well as the societal and economic problems that arise from these facets, these are the concerns that will be raised. This is a great instrument of communication, and this is how we can support these pursuits. That on the one hand, we highlight the engagement of Hungary, and on the other we place emphasis on the problems of the world at large, in terms of issues, dealing with water, and how we manage it, the general manager of the Hungarian Post said. The theme of this year's summit is problems that arise from too much water, not enough water, as well as that of polluted water. The objective of the debates that will commence next week over the course of 3 days is to prevent water crises, as the slogan describes. Accordingly, we can then turn to what we can do to avoid larger problems. Whatever dramatic situation I look at, whether it's too much water or too little water, or even the dramatic effects of polluted water, we must ensure that greater problems do not arise. So we should resolve the bigger problems which have already occurred. Unfortunately, there are many places in the world that are affected by such issues. We have to adapt to such situations in a way that is both productive and forward-thinking, János Áder said. Politicians, entrepreneurs, and scholars will take part in the debate in order to discuss possible solutions. The Budapest Water Summit begins on October the 15th. The organizers, alongside experts, await the general public at the Millenáris Park.
Metamorphosis is the name of a new exhibition at the Fuga Budapest Center of Architecture. It features the works of French father and son photographers Lucien and Rodolphe Hervé, who are of Hungarian origin. Father Lucien concentrated mainly on buildings, while Rodolphe focused mainly on abstract shots. He moved back to Budapest in 1990, where he became one of the leaders of the underground cultural scene. The Russian Musical Festival kicked off on Monday in Budapest. The opening concert took place at the Liszt Ferenc Academy. In fact, there will be concerts all week, mainly at the Russian Cultural Center in Budapest, as well as at several locations in Debrecen in the east of the country. The closing event will take place on Saturday at St. Stephen's Basilica, where Tchaikovsky's all-night vigil will be performed. And that's all for now. But we'll be back again the next night live right after the news in Hungarian at 11 p.m. local time. You can also catch us in repeats and online. Please stay tuned now if you can for our new shows in German, Russian, and Chinese. Thanks very much for watching and viszontlátásra.